Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the people's channel, home of the BitSquad, the largest, greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. No channel works harder to keep you in the know about crypto. My name is Ben, and today we are going to be talking about an urgent warning to all crypto investors. Back with another Sunday drive video where I drive to church to tell you what's going on with crypto. But today we're going to be zooming out a little bit. You guys know we've really been focusing on developing a long-term mindset. And this is how a long-term mindset helps you to make decisions in the immediate, in the short term. Okay, so Bitcoin today is at about 38,500, somewhere thereabouts. It's had a hard time getting back over 40 after it had a dump following the banging of the close on the last day of the month. So on the last day of the month, we got the price went up all the way to like $42,000. Somewhere thereabouts, and then it's been ticking down ever since. Okay, so a lot of analysts, I was reading some articles this morning about just not necessarily only crypto analysts, but stock and crypto analysts, and what a lot of them are saying is that, in my opinion, the smarter ones, they are saying that we don't know what's happening right now with Bitcoin in the short term. We don't know what's happening with stocks. Some people are saying they look still at this point very expensive, meaning a sell-off could be going soon. We see gold charging up at this time when Bitcoin seems to make much more sense as a safe haven. Your normal person doesn't have access to really go buy gold. So Bitcoin should be what people are moving into, yet the price is dropping. We've got a lot of uncertainty right now. We've seen what's happening with the invasion of Russia into Ukraine and how that is affecting markets across the world. We've looked at how charts indicate that usually that's actually bullish for markets, bearish for human lives, but bullish for markets. If this does become a larger conflict, that's really yet to be seen what will occur. We haven't seen a world war necessarily in the days of the modern markets, I guess you could propose. But, if we get into a much larger conflict, which here's the issue with having a much larger conflict. Russia just doesn't seem to have the resources to really pull this off, expand past Ukraine. A lot of people thought they would stop in eastern Ukraine and they move forward past that. But a lot of people don't think that Russia has the resources. I heard a crazy stat last night. I can't really corroborate if this is true, but 92% of Russian forces right now are in Ukraine or are heading towards Ukraine. So if that were true, if someone were to attack them from somewhere else, I mean, they couldn't defend themselves. So I don't think that's going to happen, but it's hard to see Russia really moving into a larger conflict with the world. The only way this would happen would be if they invaded a NATO country. If they invaded Poland or Romania, or something like that is a NATO country, then there's really no choice but for the world to be drawn into it. But Russia doesn't have the resources. So a larger conflict that would last many years, involving a lot more countries, it doesn't seem very likely, but we can't rule it out completely. And that uncertainty is what is really leading to people not knowing where things are going to go. Because if we were to get into a world war, America would have to go over to Russia, and this would end with a regime change in Russia, more uncertainty, who knows who would take over there, then that may not be bullish for the markets, even though traditionally we've seen invasions bullish. And I think that a lot of that uncertainty is really driving the lack of clarity on where Bitcoin, markets, crypto is going. It certainly doesn't help that this is during a time where we should be seeing a traditional bear market for Bitcoin. Here is the long and the short of it. Here is the warning. The urgent warning to all crypto investors is you should not be doing anything right now. That's really what should be happening. Nothing, okay? We don't know which direction this is going to. We are either heading towards a bottom of a bear market, or we are heading to new all-time highs and money printing back on like we've never seen. But there's a lot of chess pieces. We talked about game theory a few weeks ago. There's a lot of chess pieces being moved right now. What are these chess pieces? Okay, number one, obviously, Ukraine-Russia war. This is a big chess piece in the overall game of the markets. Okay, we have to know what's going to happen there, and those pieces are still being slid into position. We don't know, the end result for what's going to happen there. We also have the Fed raising rates. How does that get affected by what we're seeing in Russia and Ukraine. Are we actually going to get this drop, this 20 or this 25 bip increase in the rates? Are they going to come out and say, oh, well, now there's a lot more uncertainty, so we're not going to do it at all? Are they going to think, oh, maybe we overblew this, let's go ahead and put it back to a 50 bip or a 0.5% rate increase? So we've got that going on, obviously, and that is a big thing. Another chess piece we have being slid into position right now, regulation. We know that Joe Biden is supposed to put out some kind of executive order on crypto. We already generally know what it should be about, but we don't know for sure what it's going to be about until it comes out. Supposedly, it's going to be about clarifying developing a plan to clarify which organization or which government agency should regulate which areas of crypto. So that is all being slid into place right now as we speak. We don't know what that is going to look like. Another chess piece we also have going on right now is all of these SEC letters being sent behind closed doors. People don't know about yet, but you guys will be finding out about these most likely in the next couple of months. They are sending letters to influencers. I'm not one of them. I have not received one. If I did, great. I'd talk to them. Not a big deal. So they're sending letters to influencers, not everybody wants to crucify influencers and YouTubers all the time. So no, it's not because of anything that influencers have done. It's because of relationships that influencers have with certain crypto projects or certain crypto companies, and they're just more curious about those relationships because they're trying to find out more information about those crypto projects and those crypto companies. So we've got that going on right now. And it may be even more widespread than I know. I know of a couple of these companies and projects that have been receiving letters. There may be many, many, many more. Additionally, another chess piece we still have going on, Xrp lawsuit, right? We still don't know what's going on with the finality of that. We don't know when that is going to be settled. We do believe it most likely will be settled. However, what's going on with all these letters going out to all these companies right now does seem to indicate to me that the XRP lawsuit, the Ripple lawsuit has got to be drawing to an end here, a conclusion very soon, or they wouldn't have the resources, because they have so many resources dedicated to that case, they wouldn't have the resources to pursue all of these, interviews and investigations they're going to be looking at. So, what does all this mean? What does all this mean? Until we have some clarity on where some of these chess pieces are going to be moved, we can't plan our next moves. So the only thing you can really be doing is if Bitcoin were to drop down to low levels of support, like if it were to drop down to 33K again, if it were to drop down to 28.5K again, you can start looking at maybe accumulation, maybe time to start adding to your bags, but you shouldn't really be buying dips. The only thing you should be doing right now, in my opinion, is actually selling some profits. If we get pumps up to $45,000 or $46,000 again, above $40,000, you should be looking at taking profits. If you miss those times to take profits during the peak of the bull run, you should be putting money aside for a rainy day. That's what you should be doing right now. So that is really the best advice I can give you. The best advice I can give you right now is you shouldn't be doing too much. A lot of people, they mess up in crypto because they're always trying to be active and they're always trying to do too much. There are times when the best thing you can do is just stand pat. And I believe this is one of those times. All right, guys, well, I got to park and head on in. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.